Nobody tells you this when you're young. Being the smart kid doesn't just shape your grades, it shapes your identity. And if you're not careful, it shapes your loneliness. When you're the smart one, life feels simple. You finish tests first. You correct the teacher under your breath. You never really study, you just get it. Adults love that. Teachers rely on you. Parents brag about you. Relatives predict your future at family dinners. You're going to do something big. And you're a kid, so you believe them. But you don't just believe in your potential, you attach your worth to it. Very quietly, something dangerous happens. You stop being a person who is smart, and you become the smart one. That's not a compliment, that's a cage. Because once intelligence becomes your identity, you can't afford to lose it. And nobody teaches you how to exist without it. Here's what really gets wired into you. Smart means fast. Smart means effortless. Smart means ahead. So if something takes time, if something confuses you, if something exposes a gap in your ability, it doesn't feel like a challenge, it feels like a threat. Because your brain made a deal years ago. If I'm smart, this should be easy. And when it's not easy, you don't think this is hard. You think something is wrong with me. That rule follows you into adulthood, into college, where everyone was the smart kid, into careers, where consistency beats raw talent, into relationships, where logic doesn't fix insecurity. And suddenly, you're not the best in the room anymore. You're average. Or worse, you're struggling. And that doesn't just bruise your ego, it destabilizes your entire self-concept. Because if you're not exceptional, who are you? See, other kids built identities around effort. They learned how to fail early. They learned how to try and look stupid. They learned how to struggle publicly and survive it. You didn't. You built an identity around being impressive. And impressive people don't fail out loud. So when life finally humbles you, and it will, you don't adapt. You retreat. You procrastinate on the thing that matters most. You overthink simple actions. You avoid environments where you might not shine. You call it waiting until I'm ready. But you're not preparing. You're preserving your image. Because failure doesn't feel like feedback. It feels like exposure. Like someone pulling back the curtain and discovering you're not special. And that possibility terrifies you more than stagnation. So you stall. Years go by. You stay in jobs you've mastered instead of pursuing ones that scare you. You delay creative projects because they might reveal you're not brilliant. You overanalyze relationships instead of risking vulnerability. Meanwhile, people around you are failing constantly, launching things that flop, getting rejected publicly, trying, losing, adjusting. And through all of that, they build resilience. You built precision. Precision is impressive, but resilience is what survives. When you finally take a hit, a breakup, a rejection, a career setback, it feels catastrophic. You replay every mistake. You obsess over what you should have said. You simulate alternate timelines where you were sharper, better, flawless. You retreat into your mind, because your mind has always been your safest place. But here's the problem. Connection doesn't happen in safety. It happens in exposure. And exposure is exactly what you trained yourself to avoid. So the loneliness creeps in. Not dramatic, not cinematic, just subtle. You're around people, but slightly removed. You understand them deeply, but you don't let them understand you. You edit your words before they leave your mouth. You soften your flaws. You present the refined version of yourself. Because real feels risky, and you were trained to perform, not to reveal. So you become the observer, the insightful one, the composed one, the deep thinker, but not the one fully inside their own life. And from the outside, you look fine, smart, articulate, put together. No one sees how heavy starting feels. No one sees how often you hesitate before sending the email, posting the idea, making the move. No one sees how deeply you fear being average. Because to you, average doesn't just mean normal, it means invisible. So your ego steps in to protect you. It tells you, maybe I just don't relate to most people. Maybe I'm wired differently. Maybe I'm too self-aware for this. That story feels powerful, but it's armor. You're not above people. You're afraid to stand beside them without performance. And here's the truth that changes everything. Nobody connects with the smartest person in the room. They connect with the most present one. The one who laughs at their own awkwardness. The one who says, I don't know. The one who tries before they're certain. The one who risks being unimpressive. Presence beats brilliance, every time. You were trained to excel. You were never trained to be vulnerable before success. So the way out isn't lowering your intelligence, it's loosening your grip on it. It's choosing to be bad at something on purpose. It's starting before you feel qualified. It's letting people see you mid-process instead of post-polish. It's allowing yourself to be ordinary. Not because you are, but because you're human. You were never lonely because you were smart. You were lonely because you built your life on a pedestal. And pedestals are isolating. The view is impressive, but nobody stands there with you. You don't need a dramatic reinvention. You don't need to reject your intelligence. You just need to stop worshiping it. Step down. Stand at eye level. Let yourself be seen without proving anything first. Yes, it will feel uncomfortable. Yes, your ego will panic. You are dismantling an identity that kept you safe for years. But what you gain is bigger than what you lose. You gain resilience. You gain momentum. You gain connection. You gain a life you're participating in, not just analyzing. If you were the smart kid, and now you feel stuck, or behind, or quietly disconnected, you're not broken. You just optimized for admiration instead of growth. And admiration without connection is hollow. So stop trying to be exceptional. Start trying to be engaged. Risk looking average. Risk failing publicly. Risk being seen before you're impressive. Because the smartest thing you'll ever do is stop building your entire life around proving that you are. And then I said to my audience, if this made you uncomfortable, good. That means you're waking up. If you want more conversations like this, the ones nobody says out loud, you know what to do.